All right, hey, hello and welcome traders. Hey, it is Monday, November 10th, 2025. Just checking in here. Things are going just fine. Dipped a little bit last week, and obviously a big update today. Markets are still in a bullish mode, so things are all good. Obviously, getting a big boost from the potential government shutdown reversal today. So some of the idiots in Washington may be getting their act together. We'll see. Either way, keep trading the plan, and we're going to go through that today. So I'm going to spend most of today going through the income poor man covered call that I do, uh, talking a little bit more about that. So I'm not going to worry about what some of the other trades are doing. We're all good. If you want, we can take a quick look at the account as a whole. But hey, it's an update. Today things are decent. We had a pretty good reversal on Friday, so things really looked good on Friday to bounce. And obviously the news over the weekend uh, with the knuckleheads in Washington was good stuff as well. All right. That being said, let's just jump into it. Take a quick look at a couple quick charts, and let's get into the income poor man's covered call. All right. So let's jump into some of these charts. Let's take a look at what happened. So you can see on the E-mini futures, pretty good update today. Nice reversal day. We had this big hammer candle reversal on Friday, so that was pretty good to see. We're still a little bit in this bit of a downtrend here, but things are good. The 8 was still above the 21, either way you looked at it, so that was still a nice bullish sign. We just popped right back up it, so it only took, we're exactly where we were exactly 4 sessions ago. So not much has happened in the market. Yeah, some pullback and then the reversal. We just keep seeing that over and over here at different time frames. So things are still really bullish overall. Now, if we look at oil, kind of the opposite as a whole, things are still a bit bearish. Eight's below the 21, stocks below the 21. So things, and we've been in this downtrend for a while. And I just like the sideways movement in oil. You've got a bearish PSAR. You've got the 8 below the 21, stock below the 21. Squeeze firing to the upside, but MACD not doing a whole lot of anything, just trying to hold steady on this sideways here. I think it's a perfect setup for strangles. We're in a strangle. In fact, our strangle was up bigly today. So good stuff for our strangle, our jade lizard that we have in oil. Oil still continues to trade really well. Love what I'm seeing. Gold had a pretty good reversal. I wanted to use this opportunity here. I talked about this consolidation in here for gold. I like it. Bounced off the anchored VWAP here, consolidated a move back above the 8, never crossed below the 21. MACD had already been reversing for 4 sessions. You got the squeeze reversal starting now, and then you also had RSI starting to head back upward. So this pullback was the absolute opportunity. I think gold's going significantly higher. I don't think just like 5,000. I think we're talking 6, 7,000 on gold. I'm extremely bullish, and I added more gold trades as well on Friday during this mode. But I'm bullish. I think any pullback on gold is an absolute opportunity. Bullish PSAR today triggered. This thing looks good to make another run at highs. I like where gold is. All right. That being said, let's take a quick look at bonds. Bonds, on the other hand, will remain somewhat weak in this area, but I just think we just continue to trend sideways on bond. I'm in a strangle. That strangles up. We're having a really good run on our strangles. TLT or ZB, however you want to trade it, I think covered strangles are the way to do it. That's just my opinion. Again, take it for what it's worth. You don't have to do what I do or say. This is just for education and entertainment only, but I'm getting long or getting neutral on bonds, and I'm also selling naked puts whenever I can to get in on TLT. I don't think bond rates are going to crash. I don't think they're going to rocket higher. I think bonds are going to just stay in this range. Okay, you've had some runs up and some runs down, but overall, I think we're just going to hang out. It's going to be a great strangle opportunity. All right. That being said, we don't really need to go through stocks. They all had some pretty good reversal candles Friday and followed through to the upside today. Amazon looks good. Nvidia running into earnings. Nice little pop today. Tesla still in this consolidation zone. I still think it looks good. I like Tesla here. Reversal Friday, follow through today. Looks good. Meta, I really think that we filled this gap, so I can actually take this gap off now. So one gap filled. There's still another gap down below here. I love the reversal. Squeeze is still firing to the downside, but MACD is reversing. RSI is reversing from oversold. I really like the opportunity to get long on Meta here with leaps. I already am in leaps on Meta. I like the opportunity. Apple kind of just holding sideways. Google resuming its trend, its march to new highs. I think it's a little bit overdone. I think you just chill out on Google here. You wait for a better pullback opportunity. Microsoft trying to get a reversal. Palantir having a big reversal today. This thing looks good. I think it's headed higher. I think the opportunity was last week to get into Palantir. If you got in, great. If you didn't, you may have missed a really great entry. I think Hood just kind of consolidates here for a bit. It's had such a great run. I wouldn't be surprised just to see this thing trend sideways in this value area for a while here. Wait until you get some signs of it breaking loose. Netflix also consolidating at these lows. I don't think it's a bad spot on Netflix to get long. Again, not financial advice, just giving you my opinion. AVGO, which is Broadcom, big reversal candle Friday. I love it. We're in it. Let's go with Broadcom. I really like where SoFi is here. I think this was a great opportunity on Friday as well. You had that squeeze running a little bit long, starting to get into squeeze, 1 or 2 days below, but the 8 never broke the 21. I think this thing continues to run higher. I like SoFi in here. Looks pretty good. I think opportunities today, okay, bull, I think we're putting in a base. I like bull here. I think this thing's ready to roll. I think we start to break this downtrend, this downtrending wedge here. So this falling wedge, I think we break out on this thing, and I think bull is on the loose. So the bulls are going to run, in my opinion. Okay. And I think you're starting to see that MACD reversing. I think you're starting to see, oops, let's undo that. I think it's in the way all of the time. Kind of a pain here, but you can see squeeze has been reversing off of the lows here. And, volumes just kind of blah. But I think this is a good opportunity to enter on bull here. Now, opportunities today. I love this move on Oscar. I think this is a way overdone move. Stupid move, in my opinion. Okay, but what do I know? I want to get long on this kind of a move on Oscar down in here. Why this move? Well, they're not going to vote on the Affordable Health Care Act supplements till December. I don't think it matters to Oscar. I think they're still going to vote. They'll still be doing something. And I think this is a beautiful opportunity on here below the 200-day moving average. Overshot today. Knuckleheads, I'd get in. I think this is an opportunity here. Squeeze is firing. I don't think you have to hop in tomorrow, but I think this thing absolutely reverses and moves higher. And I think UNH didn't see much of a hit to it today, holding this 100-day moving average. I think we just meander around down in this area. Everything's going to kind of hinge on the government, on the vote on the Affordable Health Care Act, but I think things will continue to shape up for UNH. I think this looks fine. Okay, well off its lows. We're in it. I think you just keep selling covered calls on this thing, and I think Oscar, it's getting to an area. I'm not in it right now, but I would consider potentially getting into some naked puts. I think Bitcoin may have hit its lows for the time being, might be moving higher. I like Bitcoin in here. I think IBIT, great way to play it. Strategy moved a little bit higher today and then gave up some of those gains. I think, this thing's probably a little bit broken, but still enough juice to be paying us. We'll talk about this more out there. And Ethereum also bottoming, moving higher. I think ETHA, way to play that. But I also think that if you're in Bitmine immersion, I don't think this is a bad spot to get long in here. Squeeze starting to reverse. So things look pretty good overall. And MACD also reversing on this thing. So that being said, those are kind of my takes on things. Let's take a look at the account, and I really want to get into the income form and covered call. So there you go, a little bit of stocks to watch, and now let's get into the account. Not that it matters. Again, it's an up day, so everybody should be up today. However, our deltas are extraordinarily low. Now, personally, I want to be as delta neutral to slightly positive. Okay, 298.08%. That's as low as we have been on delta. So extremely delta neutral, loving it. Theta, a little bit lower than normal, but still not bad, 1258. We ended the day at 379, 390, kind of where we've been really for the last 5 or 6 sessions. Obviously, we're up today, but we held up pretty good last week for the most part. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday barely moved at all for us with our account. So we're set up perfectly after a great month in October. I expect to have a really good month here in November. But a lot of this is going to come from the income form and covered calls, which you can see we generated a boatload of realized gains last week. So let's jump into it and take a look at the stocks that I have. All right, so we've got 5 trades on. So the first one is in SPY, and with the income poor man covered call trade, the goal is selling either at the money or in the money covered calls. And the goal is to generate at least roughly 1% of extrinsic a week here. And because we're using leaps on most of these, that's going to translate to maybe 2 to 3% a week or so. And it doesn't mean that it will or won't end up that way, but here's where we are so far on this one. So since we got into SPY here, SPY's up 12.5%. Okay, we are up 74% in 277 days. Okay, I'm getting close to closing out some of these trades, and adding new ones in here. But this is technically 39 weeks. Okay. And my goal was 100%. So we are absolutely on target in 39 weeks at 74% gains. Perfect. Okay. Exactly what we want to do. Okay? And we want ideally stocks that move sideways to higher is what we want. And we're going to keep generating extrinsic. All right. QQQ. Now we've been in this one for 206 days, which is roughly 10 weeks. So 206 days. I'm sorry, 30 weeks. I don't know why I said 10. So roughly 30 weeks on this one, 29 weeks on this. The Qs are up 36%, which is fantastic. Okay, but we're up 79% now by selling it this way. Okay, again, all I'm doing is just generating extrinsic. Could you be up more buying leaps? You could, but that's not the strategy, so I don't really care. Okay, in my investing account, that's the strategy. Those might be up 100 to 200%. Okay, but I'm here just trying to generate extrinsic weekly, nice, steady gains on a consistent basis. All right, strategy. We just got back into this 2 weeks ago. We closed our previous one down for a nice win, and now we're back into another one. Now, here's what's, I think, pretty cool and interesting is since we got in 18 days ago, strategy is down 20% in that time frame. But what? We are up 2.5%. Okay. And we've only been able to close so far 4 trades out there. So we've really only been in this for not even a month. We've only been in it for about 3 weeks so far. So in 3 weeks, we've made 2% on a stock that's down 20% because we're giving ourselves downside protection. And at the same time, we're generating extrinsic cash flow. So that's fantastic on strategy. Let's keep going on the ones we have. Gold, another one, which I think sets up pretty well for this strategy. Gold is up 22% in the last 106 days since we got in, but we're up 141%. Okay. 142% to be honest with you in 15 weeks. Okay. Yep. Gold's up 22% in that same time. Okay. But we are up 141%. Okay. Smoking it. We're using gold. And then AVGO, Broadcom is our most recent one. And we've only been in this 15 days. Stock's up 4% in that same exact time frame here, but we're up 5.7. We're up 6% in 15 days on AVGO, with the stock only being up 4%. So I love the trade. Uh, we sell either at the money or in the money covered calls every single week on these, and we track them. Okay. Uh, at the money if certain conditions exist, or we go deeper in the money if we have a little bit more bearish conditions existing, which gives us protection as well as generating the extrinsic. So we follow the exact specific trading plan that I've got, and it's doing fantastic. So when I look at all of these together, uh, we have generated so far this year $57,912 so far on these between these five trades, not counting the strategy one that we did close and an IBIT one that we did close here, which adds another 3,100. IBIT didn't do much of anything, so we got out of that trade. But these are doing fantastic. So I'll take 60 grand. 60 grand we've made this year. And this is, again, cash on cash with this. But we've used $97,000, okay, was the cost. Okay. So $97,000 in cash to generate 60 grand. You guys can do the math on it, but that's pretty good return on this thing for the year without using a ton. This is not on the buying power used. This is actually on the cost that I got into. My actual return on margin is significantly higher. I'm just giving you the cash on cash returns. So that's in pretty good shape. Loving those trades. Okay. You can see some of these are using leaps, okay, like SPY and QQQ. Okay, we bought the leaps. If we look at strategy, this one is a synthetic long, okay, at the 290s, and then we sold it and we bought the 230 as a protective put. Uh, so essentially, lower cost version of buying those 80 delta leaps gives us the exact same setup, okay, but it costs less. Okay, so the synthetics lower cost means greater return on that trade. Okay, gold's another one that we have a synthetic on. So we've got the synthetic on gold at the 310 put and call for the synthetic long, and then we bought the 250 put for as a protective put or a disaster put, if you want to call it that. Pretty low cost on this thing. So gold, absolutely just killing it here. And then on Broadcom, again, another synthetic long. Okay, and I love the synthetic longs more than buying the leaps, okay, which we originally were doing, because the synthetic long really is, to me, the smarter play. All right, so there you have it. That's where we are on the trades so far. And just want to give you an update of how the income poor man covered call works. It works great up or down. As you can see, even when stocks are down, it's printing some money. When the stocks are up, it's really printing money. Fantastic. And you're thinking, oh, you're going to get a sign. No, we're not going to get a sign. We haven't been assigned at all on any of these here. We know what we're doing. We know when to take them off. We have a trade plan. Okay. Are we limiting our upside? Yeah, but that's not the goal. Okay. The goal is generating weekly extrinsic cash flow in a consistent, steady manner. Okay. Oh, if you had bought the leaps, you'd be up higher. Yeah, but that's not the strategy. Okay. That's in a completely different account. I'm good with that. Okay. You could have bought the leaps and made more money. I'm fine making 70, 80, 140%. Okay. If you are doing more than that, great. You're the greatest trader. Okay. I'm pretty happy with where we are on it. I love the strategy. It's consistent. It provides some safety. When the markets came down last week, We held up absolutely perfect in here. In fact, we made money on this strategy because when you're selling in the money calls and the stock is falling, okay, you're offsetting any drops in the stock, and you're also by the in the money intrinsic amount, and you're also getting extrinsic value that's going to run out with the time value. Perfect. I like it. I'm happy with where I am. I hope this was helpful for you. If you like this video, go ahead and click that like button down below. Let me know that you like it. That can help me out a bit. So if that's all you need to do for me. Perfect. And if you're not a subscriber here on the YouTube channel, love to have you. Okay. We'll see you guys later. If you get some good success stories with income form uncovered calls, go ahead and pop those in the chat as well. We'll see you guys later. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see how the rest of the week goes. Stay safe.